bright.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
They go play action here on first down.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They run for the football.
And right away, he lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
On first and 10, it's Swift.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. The Lions at 9-5 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's good. For the Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Now a give, right side, Swift.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, they'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
To throw on third down, Beverly.
That's complete to Mooney.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught. Smith. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
How'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
From the gun on third down, Beverly. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now it's Martin. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sharks got it left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Quick slant here to Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Back to throw. Beverly. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Beverly. There's Chris Olave. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drops.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first
first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure out the passer.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is caught. It's Davis. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. But they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now the extra point. And it's 17-7.
Is good. Makes the score Lions 17, Vikings 7.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw on 2nd down. Beverly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They run it with Chandler.
The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to pick up.
First down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
First down, Minnesota.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's Chandler.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Operating from the gun, Beverly. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 10 more there and another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away from that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Throwing to start the drive. Beverly.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Beverly.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards, the final tally. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Boy, effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Here's Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Lutz good on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll show the defense.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Beverly. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. First down, and they go with Swift again. 52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, Now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop it. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
17.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to the running game with Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Second and 11. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense. Pressure that time. And sometimes it gets that. You can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Chandler. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Beverly.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Beverly.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Beverly.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On 1st down, Beverly. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 2nd down now, it's Chandler. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on third down. Beverly toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. Chandler, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Back to throw. Beverly. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is off the left, upright, and through. A trick shot there, but a point is a point.
Lions 24.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Lots will look to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
Well, partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a first throw here in overtime.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Looking to throw. Beverly. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Beverly. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run right here with Swift. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Caleb Chason picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT. And now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 1st down, Chandler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go?
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Well, partner, it's kind of like a hot potato right now. Who wants this thing? Both teams have had multiple possessions here in overtime, and neither able to pull away with a victory.
And I think both head coaches are scratching their heads trying to figure out what strategy is it going to take to give us a chance to win this thing, because rarely do we see a game get this deep into overtime. And by the way, partner, your plane just pulled away from the gate. You're not going to get home tonight.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Chandler, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beverly. Oh, and it's intercepted. And
And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So as incomplete.
Brings up 4th down and
10. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody left their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times you'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.